Yo, what's good? It's Doc and Uncle Jackie, another conspiracy theory Thursday. We'll be right back with y'all in a few seconds after these messages.
You already know.
You see, talks like his shit don't stink, but he's cool with people. I knew he's fine. Just Uncle Jackie better. Jackie was alright. Uncle Jackie was excellent. Fucking guineas. Uncle Jackie. Uncle Jack. Line, everybody get the line. Listen the fuck up. It's going down. Pay attention. Alright? Now, niggas a little bad, bitches a little bad, the blocks a little bad, the heart a little bad, bitches a little bad, faces a little bad, fuck you all, I'm the motherfucking general, niggas a little bad, bitches a little bad, the blocks a little bad, the heart a little bad, bitches a little bad, it's a little bad, fuck who you are. When I walk through, stop, silence, remain quiet, babies don't cry, thug. Yo, I think it's time we take a fucking time out to hear what Harlem got to say. What, niggas? Harlem on the vibes. You don't want no problem with it, guys.
With the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Also hard, gotta stack that case down my back. Got the pieces banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, gotta stack that cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't none time. Turn it up, let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere, it's our time to show.
Practice. I can show you practice. I can show you how to put a million in a mattress. I can show the difference between an icon and a classic. Baby in the major should be rolling in a basket. I'm advanced, and it's a lot of dance from anywhere. My jewelry jump like John Moran. Gift towel shorts got me tanning with the babes. You would be a surfer if you ever had this wave. I just switch up my cabana, they throw shade. Matter top 5 and top wives, no I'm the fade. And throw them out the loop, I be mute, playing cute, nothing to say to you. Cause when I'm back home, I'm like Kyrie, I won't play with you. This is magic with the fur. Tim Duncan on the spur. Tanya Harton on the skate. This that Kobe number 8. This the kick over the head in the hand of Sue Bird. This boy's superb. All I got is two words.
Uncle Jackie. Pause.
You already know.
That shit just go masterful, bro. Pause. What's good, y'all?
What's good, y'all? What's good, folks? You know, it's another conspiracy theory Thursday. We apologize. Moves is on assignment in Baghdad. So, you know, he's taking care of business.
Yeah. He in Baghdad selling his videotapes to Iraq and everywhere else.
Right. So, you know, shout out to Moves. Dan, what's good, bro? Dan, what's good?
DP, boys, what's good, yo? And that's not double pleasure. That's Daniel Pease. What's going on, champ?
Yo, we about to get into it about the Tyson and Jake Paul fight, the Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor fight. Those are the two fights that stood out the most. You know, as far as what do you call it? Bad news. As far as not conspiracy, but yeah, you can say that. As far as conspiracies go, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fought on the undercard of the Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. Amanda Serrano it appeared to anybody that really knows boxing
Now my thing
that
is,
Amanda Serrano stole
it,
that
it,
fight.
was that a trash thing? Was that a conspiracy thing under a trash, floating trash inside the middle of the ocean? No disrespect to nobody. I'm just saying, man.
Yo,
That's
that
horrible how it was called, how it was judged, and everything, man. We talked about that as well on my show, but it's just the fact that the judges need to change. They need to be held accountable.
yeah, definitely they need to use either former boxers or lower ranking current boxers or even MMA fighters, like I said on this show. And like I said before that, get some folks that MMA. They know how to they can judge a boxing match. The lower ranking fighters that'll give them a job because MMA they ain't getting that bread unless they top bracket. So
Mm-hmm.
let them because that's a travesty. Miss Brinson, what's going on? Good evening. Because that's crazy how people saw this fight and anyone in their right mind can say that Amanda Serrano didn't win it.
Yeah, that's facts.
The
Everybody.
headbutt, the point deductions. Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on, B. Yeah, hold it
Mm-hmm.
down for a second, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Just her and the fight alone was just out. The fight alone was just outstanding from both fighters, first and foremost. But that for the judge, the way it was called and the way it was scored, horrible. Especially after she lost the point, Taylor lost the point, and Amanda, was doing her thing throughout the whole fight. If you missed it, you could check it on Uncle Jackie at Harlem HNIC channel. We have the watch party on it. You catch it on YouTube. I mean Netflix if you don't got it. I mean, but yeah, it's out there for you to watch. But it's definitely an entertaining fight.
Definitely.
Definitely an entertaining fight.
Yeah, that was the best fight of the night was the Amanda Serrano
Yeah,
versus
Katie
Katie
Taylor.
Taylor fight. That was definitely the best fight of the night.
And that's
I
and
don't
you
care
know
what
how,
I listen to what nobody says behind that.
and I'm gonna tell you how I should know coming from this show that it was a good fight. I already said the two names correctly without stuttering or even
Right.
like. I don't even know my
Yeah,
own
supreme
giant
respect
players
right
like
there.
that. Yo, like that fight was that I remember names and like that fight I would never forget. You know what I mean? I would never forget Amanda as well as Katie Taylor as well. You know what I mean? Like they was fighting. They was fighting. Both fights was like that. That was sweet science two right there. They gonna go for number three. They have to. They have to.
Yeah, they gonna have to because like Dan said, to me and to people that really know, because I had some how you say I guess issues when I posted my short about Katie Taylor losing, really losing and headbutting, and it was a dude from he was a countryman of hers, and it's crazy. Me being who I am, I had to really look at that name. I was like, oh, and I put up his name. I put up the name like that's why you talking, and then I proceeded to insult his mother. But that's neither here nor there. But it's the truth, though. You can check that out too. I kid you not. I went on to insult his mother. Um, and because it's like, man, listen, I don't care where you from. That woman is Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican. Shout out to Puerto Rico on that
Word.
one. That
Word.
woman died. How do you hit a person 100 times more than they hit you, and you lost? They got a point taken away. You lost.
You lost.
Like, who are you talking to? Black people was watching too, right?
They should know. It's
I mean,
Netflix.
like, right? It was more than just Puerto Ricans and Irish people watching, right? The world, 60 million homes will had the fight on. So even if they walked away, we'd still get 40 million people saw that fight.
And just for the record, Netflix, yo, you dropped the ball on that one, bro. You really dropped the ball. I don't know how you really didn't expect to handle all of that traffic going through your network. You was buffering for 25% for a lot of people for a long period of time. You was also buffering for 99% for a lot of people at time. And some people didn't get to watch the show at all because they were still buffering. And
Yeah, Don told me that.
and I just
Shout out
I
to
just
Jeff Scott 20.
Word, shout out to Jim Star. I just feel that Netflix dropped the ball and they could have had a big outcome coming from this if they had it correctly. You know what I mean? They could have did it again without no problem, and people would have been like, you know what, Netflix really did it a thing. You know what I mean? But they had a lot of problems that night for people to come on and watch the show.
Yeah, I wasn't one of those people. Like, I guess I had minimal problem with it.
Yeah, you
for some reason.
Compared to me because I had to reload a couple of times, and I know DOJ had to reload pause a couple of times as well. You know what I mean? We always reload at nighttime pause. You know what I mean? But that's what we do. But we had to reload because buffering was crazy.
Yeah, it definitely was. I'm gonna play a vid. I actually, you know, it's crazy. I wanted to save the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight for last, but I feel so passionate about it.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, yeah, here's a small, here's a little bit of what was happening that. Now, I'm not saying Katie Taylor wasn't tough. She was a good adversary, but she got beat up. Mm-hmm. Hands down, she got beat the fuck up. She got beat up.
Facts.
And that shit is fucking crazy. Here's another fan. I don't know this gentleman's name, but he's definitely from PR. He repping PR hard body. He might sound biased, but if you saw the fight, he is telling the absolute truth.
Yo, I was at the Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor fight. I think that shit was rigged, but let's talk some facts. The first fight was legendary and Katie Taylor won by a split decision, but let's not get it twisted. We all know who really won that fight. Now, this last fight was something different, though. A straight robbery. Unanimous decision, my ass. Amanda came in and still is a 7-division world champion and the undisputed featherweight champion. She moved up 3 weight classes to fight Katie Taylor so she could become undisputed in 2 divisions. But what happened was Katie Taylor must have forgot where she was. I mean, so many headbutts, I'm surprised she ain't turned into a soccer ball at the World Cup. I know y'all gonna say I'm biased representing for my Puerto Ricans, but the numbers don't lie. Amanda Serrano made history in this fight by breaking the record for most punches landed by any female fighter in history. She had 324 total punches landed versus Katie Taylor's 217 that landed. I mean, you tell me how she lost this fight by unanimous decision. Anybody that was watching knows that Amanda won. And regardless what anybody says, she the queen of boxing. Facts is facts. Yo, I was at...
Yeah, I heard, you heard that last line he said, she's the queen of boxing. You know who Big Mouth jumped up in it. Oh, I want to fight her now. What's her name? I forgot her name, man. You know, she always want to fight somebody. She always want to fight some dude or, fight somebody. Clarissa Shields. I was watching a cast she was on. They were talking about it. She was like, yeah, I want some Amanda, get out of here, shorty. You want to fight everybody. You like 35 pounds heavier than her. Like, get up out of here. Go somewhere, yo. Shout out to Amanda Serrano, because Amanda Serrano is definitely a G. She's definitely a champion. She's definitely dope as fuck.
I'm just sharing this shit right now.
Yeah, she dominated the whole fight. Amanda Serrano dominated the whole fight. And this woman, Katie Taylor, if you watched it, Katie Taylor leaned in every fucking time she went in. She leaned in. She went in head first. Head first. Mm-hmm. And like even Roy Jones said, oh, another headbutt. Here it goes.
Got even more done. There was another headbutt, followed by a punch, and they right. She was beating with her head some, probably too much. But like I said, anytime a left-handed fighter and a right-handed fighter come together, that usually happens. So it's not just this fight. It's not just these two. And I don't think it was intentional. I just think this is the way it fight.
I think people are gonna be arguing about this decision for a very long time.
Roy, you was a goddamn lie. You know damn well that shit was intentional. She was going in like she had horns. She was moving the head first like she had horns. She was leading with her fucking dome.
That's right.
Yeah, you could. Man, look at that shit.
She was more done. There was another headbutt, followed by a punch, and they right. She was beating with her head some, probably too much. But like I said, anytime a left-handed fighter and a right-handed fighter come together, that usually happens. So it's not just this fight. It's not just these two. And I don't think it was intentional. I just think this is the way it fight.
I think people are gonna be arguing about this decision for a very long time.
Dan, she won. She won. Her eye was bust open, and we know why. It's not like the punches did that shit. Like Taylor was getting power shots off. No, she was bulldozing. She was leading with a fucking cranium. Like how you leading with your fucking crown, and you still got beat up. Because the people that know, we know. Serrano beat you. She beat her. Despite all the bullshit, she beat her.
Facts.
And I saw Serrano at the weigh-in. How you doing, Amanda? That's all I'm gonna say for now. How you doing?
Is she a lefty
Huh?
too? Is she a lefty too?
She's a lefty. Yeah, I know. Our kids would be left. I mean, yeah, she's a lefty. But yeah, that was a crock of shit. We think the Tyson fight was a crock of shit. We're gonna get to that in a minute. But shout out to Amanda Serrano. You definitely beat Shorty. Y'all need to do that again. This time you need to drop her. I was about to say something else. I'm glad I couldn't get that off. Pause. Yeah, you already know, Dan. You mind your business though, bro. Mind your business, man. Whoever know more Spanish can have her. Shout out to my man Dan. Word, we got a link, Brody. But yeah, bro. What was she a champion? What 7 weight classes? She's tough. Like and being left-handed makes it even better to me.
Yeah,
Like being a southpaw, that makes it even better.
I say so too. The whole corner, whole corner was mad. You know what I mean? Her whole corner knew the deal. Her manager, trainer, that dude was definitely upset. You know what I mean? He had every right to be, due to the, like I said, the scoring was horrible. Like if it was a little bit closer, then you be like, you know what, maybe, you've seen it a little different than what I seen it. Because them angles that as you just showed from the ringside, that was tough, you know what I mean? Compared to what we were seeing from Netflix, you know what I mean? The overhead or
No, I get what you're saying. But bro, we seen that she won.
No. I'm not taking. I'm not saying I would have scored it like them. You know what I mean? But I'm saying the score was a little bit closer. It would have been like, you know what? Maybe you've seen it a little bit different than what we've seen it. You know what I mean? But to have the score the way it is, it was crazy, man. And personally, I think that whole night the scores was crazy. You know what I mean? Because I just recently watched the other fights and. The Burroughs fight was scored crazy, in my opinion, too. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but this would be those two. The two fights that stuck out, pause, was the Serrano and the Tyson fight. Now the other two fights is like, those dudes were really, really, really like, up and comers. And the Barrios fight was a good fight too.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it was highway robbery, bro. Highway. Because when you coming in, you just sitting there like all the fights were good except for the last one. Meaning, and when I say that, this is what I mean. Everybody was voting for somebody in the last fight. Nobody was rooting for anybody in the first fight. Maybe the Serrano fight because Boricuas don't play that shit when it comes to other Boricuas, and I'm sure the Irishmen and Irish women don't play no shit when it comes to their country. But as far as everything else goes, yeah, nobody was rooting for no one. So that's what made it good. So if I'm just sitting here and I'm sitting there like, hold up, this Taylor woman is getting beat the fuck up right now. And she's supposed to be, it. And it's like, I don't, she's good. It's a good, like we were saying, it was a good fight. But that judging, even the 95-94, like, wow, we're better off calling this shit a draw. Y'all were way better off calling it a draw because Serrano did not deserve an L for those efforts. She deserved a W. That shit was a fucking W for her. And the scoring should have been, she should have won every round She should have won on every card by at least 4 points or some shit like that. This fool on my page comes on. You don't know what you're talking about. Katie Taylor controlled the fight with what? Her face? With her face? Did she really control the fight? Here's what she said behind all the headbutts and shit.
Of the headbutt from the Serrano camp, what do you attribute those headbutts to? How did those happen, in your opinion?
It just happens sometimes when you're fighting against a southpaw, especially. The fighters come in close, and it just happens. It was completely accidental. I mean, they're calling me a dirty fighter or whatever, but that wasn't purposely done. Obviously, I'm in there fighting like she is, and it's a rough sport, and sometimes you get head clashes. You have to fight through those things. This is a fight game. I fought her twice, I beat her twice, all the judges were in agreement, so I really couldn't care less what's been said about the fight. I'm standing here again, I'm 2-0 against Serrano, and I'm very, very happy.
Do it again?
If she wants, yeah, I have no problem doing it again.
My G, you know I listened to this mad times because I'm the one who edited it, and I actually had to put the shit up here, right? Every time I hear this shit, I get pissed off. You didn't win shit. You didn't win a fucking thing. You might have edged on the first fight, and I doubt that. I'm going to go back and look at that one now, because now that makes me want to investigate what's going on here. That's a conspiracy. What is it with Katie Taylor? What's going on? What do you think it is? What's going on, bro? Because that's bullshit. Man, listen, I don't give a shit. If two fighters fight and one fighter he breaks the record of all-time hits in a fucking fight. Bruh, how did he lose?
You got one
with no knockdowns. He didn't get knocked down either.
You got a female that looked like one that could be promoted. That could be.
You could promote Serrano, bro.
You could, and you could do it. But there's a feminine side to Taylor compared to Serrano.
No, it's not. Nah.
Yeah. You look.
Serrano is way more feminine looking than Taylor.
No, well, you got to look at the bigger picture. Now, feminine wise,
I saw the weigh-in.
Who's prettier and all that, but who carried herself? Who look more manly?
Taylor.
No.
Taylor looks more, bro. I watched like before I did the show. I sat there and watched the pre-fight, like all the shit before Netflix started, the weigh-ins. Listen to them talk to each other. No, bro, you got to go watch that stuff, bro. If I can remember, if I'm not too wasted, I'm gonna tag you in some stuff so that you can come back tomorrow and like, yo, he was right. Serrano is more feminine looking. Bro, she's gorgeous.
She's not, bro. She's not.
Bro. Look, you see what my man Dan said?
Compared to, I mean, we like what we like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Taylor's a better woman for that we look at, you know what I mean? I'm just saying better promotion, like Serrano is not compared. They both look like.
You think she's more marketable, basically? You think Taylor's more marketable?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying.
She probably younger. She probably look good 3 years younger than Amanda, if that. You know what I mean? And I see Amanda looking like a female too. Don't get it twisted either. You know what I mean? But I just look at that and say that. Like you can market Katie Taylor. You got the Taylor name, you know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift, it rings a bell. Like all of that, I looked at, and I like Amanda way better than Katie, you know what I mean? As far as what I like, you know what I mean? But I don't know, bro.
No. As far as marketing goes, I get where you're going, but I just don't agree with what you're saying.
I don't agree with it either. Bro. Like I said, you know what I mean? We come from New York City, you know what I mean? we like a little spices in our food. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just looking at. I'm looking at pictures right now. They both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta see. You gotta see. Yo, pictures. Yeah, they speak 1,000 words, bro. But it's pictures I got of a certain female where she don't look nowhere near as good as when you see her in person. So you gotta look at it like that too, bro. Serrano she's gorgeous, bro. Like watch the if you can watch the weigh in. Watch the weigh in before the fight.
Bro. I'm not gonna say all America think the same, but if you have someone that's out there, proclaiming that, and I am proclaiming, it's just a joke that I just made up. And like I said earlier, if you got somebody looking at a country at a certain angle and looking at it a certain way, no matter who the people are coming from there, you would never think they pretty. You know what I mean? You would never think they marketable. You never think that they worthy of themselves. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm just trying to say. If you look at who's the two people that we're talking about.
Yeah, like I was trying to look at Serrano like I mean not Serrano, Taylor like that, but my heart went towards Serrano. Like even with the like even their ugly faces when they doing the interviews ugly after the fight, all beat up and battered. Serrano still looked better to me.
Facts.
Like, all right, let me get to this hospital. Let's get you stitched up and get you into this hot bath. You did great. You did great, ma. But that's what it'd be. But we gonna get off of that. How's that?
I just think Amanda's beautiful. Like I'm looking at her after she got stitched up after the fight. She just looked beautiful. You know what I mean?
I told you, bro. She's gorgeous, bro.
And she just got like a little corner angle that I'm looking at, and that's that corner angle to show her beauty, the bait, her forehead hair. You know what I mean? Like everything just looks beautiful on her. Like it
Bro. She got a nice seat too, bro. Oh boy. Oh boy. That seat nice, bro. All right, but that's it because this ain't supposed to be about seats and shit.
If you look at the what is this, the Boxing EM app, and they got the people's P for P. I don't know what the P for P stands for. Pound for pound. If you look at them two pictures right there, you look at Amanda Serena picture, you look at Katie Taylor picture right there, and you look at all the fighters right there. The ones that stand out to me is Scott Nicholson, number 10. She's from Great Britain, who could be a marketable person, and Katie Taylor. And I'm saying that because what they represent as far as America, in America. You know what I mean?
And then this is the first time I would stay homegrown, and I would go with Serrano and Clarissa Shields.
They think of Puerto Ricans as a floating garbage, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro. So they're not looking at her like
that's
that.
What they think of. Listen, Uncle Jackie doesn't endorse Puerto Rico as floating fucking garbage. Never that. I ain't never.
I don't think.
I ain't with that. That's bullshit.
Look, I gotta.
I ain't say you called that either. I didn't say you called that either. You got a Puerto Rican son, yeah. All right. I ain't say you said that. But we not thinking that is they floating garbage. Not us. Not us.
Facts.
Fuck that. Puerto Ricans are black to us because we know better. They black people that speak Spanish like Dominicans. Same shit.
And be honest with you, Dina Thornlund, watch out for her too, because she looks like one who's a remarkable one as well. And there's a couple of Spanish people names that you can see that's that's up there for the pound for pound. That
Hispanic Latino.
That Spanish, that goes, definitely got her Spanish Latino name. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. Like I'm just looking at the top 10 right there, and I'm looking at the faces and the pictures. Who got smiles, and Katie Taylor don't have no smile up there. She just a serious face, but she's white. She just look young. She just look like, like that's the remarkable
fake American dream. But she's Irish, and she's not American.
She's not American at all. You know what I mean? But you could present that, to a picture to. And that you would think you wouldn't look at it like, oh, what is she? You know what I mean? Or you could say, what is she? And then you're not, you just speculate.
All right, peep this. Here's Katie Taylor, such and such champ. You're not gonna look at the fights.
What's
Are
that?
you like you about to spend money on this person, right? You about to invest in Katie Taylor. You want her to represent your product, right? And they say this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third. Are you gonna look at her fights personally as the person that's about to dish out this money? You Uncle Steve Cohen right now, Doc. You are
Oh,
Uncle Doc Cohen.
well, I would, you know what I mean? Me per se, I would, but you got
Yeah.
marketable people that won't do it, you know what I mean? You got people in places where they don't know the business, but they have people, lined up that could, present a good product to the company, and they sure they got right people in place that make the right decisions, you know what I mean? Like I say about Trump all the time, Trump. I don't think Trump actually know fully about his assassination. You know what I mean? If he did, I don't think he would have the Secret Service watching him anymore. You know what I mean? He would have try to get another entity watching him, have his own private security or something like that. But when you have certain people in place and you have trusted people in place, you tend to allow them to make the right decision because you don't know no better. You know what I mean? But if
No, I get
you're a person spending your own money and you want the best product out there, me and you gonna go out there and find the best people. We're gonna go out there and be in the interview room. We're gonna go out there and do a homework. Oh, this guy, on characteristics, on skill sets and things of that nature. We that passionate. But if you're not passionate inside your field, or if you out there just to make money, you gonna sell whatever product you can.
and you're gonna fuck up because that feedback is gonna be disgusting. So if your
Mm-hmm.
point was to make a one hitter quitter to get in the game, try to be fugazi and finesse people out of millions of dollars, cool. You did it. You know what I mean? You schemed, you got it. But you ain't never gonna be able to do that again. You will never make that money in this field again.
But that's true. But look at Bernie Madoff. Like his plan was to make a whole bunch of money, and he was doing that as long as he could.
You my
He,
point. You just proved my
he
point.
knew sooner or later his shit was going to get caught up. You know what I mean? But as that thing is going and you riding that wave forward, you don't care what's going to happen next until it happens because you don't think you're going to get caught, or you think your money's paused long enough to get you out the situation. No, and not
AKA
to,
Steve Owen. Steve
AKA
Cohen.
AKA P Diddy. You know what I mean? Look, you know what I mean. Not gonna say I'm not gonna sit up here. Not gonna say he's not gonna get out of his situation, but it's gonna take a long road ahead, a long fight. But he's in a position.
He ain't got Uncle Steve money, bro. Uncle Steve, I ain't even know this stuff. Uncle Steve was involved with a few white collar crimes, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. He
Mhm.
was doing he was
He
he doing
almost
hedge funds and shit. So I think he was Ponzi scheming too or something to that effect. But his money was so long, he never did a day in jail, bro. I just read up on that shit, bro.
what it
I
was.
don't want to do a show because I love Steve. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care.
Nah, but he almost wasn't a Mets owner because of that reason. Like he had to get past MLB. MLB wasn't trying to give him the team because of that. He had a bad rep with his hedge funds
Yeah,
and
because
what was going on. You know what I
he
mean?
had did some
But,
shit, bro.
but
And
again, like
he had to
again,
pay billions of
I'm about
dollars
to
in
say
fines.
again, if you don't, you could settle out of court, and as long as you're not admitting guilt to nothing, and you just like, you know what, we settling out of court because it's in the best interest of the company, and we're not admitting guilt here, but we gonna settle. Like no matter how bad that may look, as long as you ain't admitting that guilt, and some people are, even if you admit guilt, maybe look, look. Look what's going on in the world now. We got felonies, we got felons inside the going into the White House. I think that should be abolished from the any job applications. You know what I mean? Unless you're searching for violent felons,
I think the
so
felony shit should be based on like how they kind of do it now. Either you wait depending on what state, you wait the 7 to 10 years, which is what Tony Jack did or had to do rather. Wait the 7 to 10 years, you're no longer a felon.
yeah, but
Depending on where you are no longer. They got to look it up.
who got 7 to 10 years of struggle in this wilderness of the world, bro? Like real talk.
I mean, you gotta be. I mean, no, that is real talk because
No,
everybody's not smart enough
but some
to
people,
survive for that long.
some people may have to take minimum. Some people may have to cut corners and shit like that. I think if you ain't got a violent felon on your record, you should have to answer to that to that
Stealing.
to that status.
Yeah, violent felonies, and stealing, because stealing is always a big part. And
Yeah,
even if it's for a good reason, stealing is still fucking stealing. Like you can be sitting there stealing this to feed your family, but it's like, damn, bro, you still stole. And
yeah.
it's not going to go on the court records saying
You
he was
stole from
impoverished,
them.
and,
Yeah.
he was impoverished and he was
I
trying
mean,
to steal. No, it's going to
court records may go, but you're not going to see that as an employer or employee. You know what I mean? You're going to just see that A classified A felon or code, whatever. You know what I mean? You ain't going to see that. Oh, he did it because he was in poverty. You know what I mean? You're not going to see that.
Yeah, you're not going to see shit. You're just going to see a code.
Yeah,
You're going to see a code to tell you how much money it was worth for the shit that he was stealing. Now, anybody that steals from a fucking supermarket, as an employer, if you a person who understands, you trying to be an understanding person. A person that steals from the supermarket, that shit should say a lot. He stole ham, eggs, bread. What the fuck you think he doing? I'm not trying to say that it wasn't wrong. I'm not saying it wasn't wrong. It was dead fucking wrong. But I'm just saying, what is he really doing with that? He's not going to sell it.
No, but you got people that would
He's
go
taking
in
that
there,
shit home.
take a whole bunch of beef steak, beef chuck, fucking,
Yeah, but they stealing to sell that shit so they can get high.
and going around.
What you got to do, he stole a fucking shopping list, my nigga. A little detergent. Like, nigga, how did you even get out with all of that shit the first few times you did it?
He was shopping.
And it's like, yeah, bro. And that's robbery. We're talking about how that links to how Amanda Serrano was robbed without a gun. She was robbed without a gun. Straight up. Amanda Serrano, salute to you. And if you ever want to start a family, I'll talk to my lady and we see what we can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Viva Boricua, fuck that. Word. But let's move on. We're gonna move on to Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Of course, if you saw that fight looked funny. It looked right for the first 2 rounds, and then for the last 6 looked funny because the fight would have been over probably in 3 or 4. If you ask me. Because I had to go back myself, even though we sat here, we fucking had the listening chat party. I had to go back and watch that fight again. And Tyson could have. And then when you see the footage, Doc played footage of him holding back a fucking right hand. He had this man dead to rights, and he fucking pulled it back. And it's like, bruh, what's going on? Like when I seen it the second time, after the videos, I'm gonna play some videos, and it's gonna show why I had to go back and rewatch the fight. Now here's an opinion from just a guy, a podcaster, YouTube, whatever he is.
Exact. For probably the slowest, most boring fight I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. What a shame. Jake Paul.
And I agree with him with what he said wholeheartedly about the odds making. I was watching that, and before the fight came on, Kwame came on your show, and he was telling what the odds was at the time. You know what I mean? And the odds was going
Right.
down for
Like
Mike
other
Tyson.
shit.
You know, the odds was going down for Mike Tyson, but he was still the underdog. And I said it during the fight too, like the combination of Amanda Serrano and Jake Paul, you know, winning Serrano winning that combination would have messed up a lot of people parlays. A lot of people would have hit, you know, if she'd have won with that parlay. But with Katie and Jake Paul winning, like that combination wasn't probably there, you know, with a lot of people. Because Vegas definitely.
No, hold up, brother. Since you're the one that you play with that gambling shit more than I do, do you think that's what it was with the Serrano? I don't even want to talk about Serrano no more. We passed that, but do you think that played a part?
I mean, that I think the Vegas states did, especially with like I said, with the judges calling the way it did. Yeah, I think so. I think that could have.
I wish I'd have remember my little heckler's his statement word for word. I wish I remember his name really, but you know, fuck you. That's all I got to say about that. I know you ain't watching because you's a prag, but you know, fuck you, straight up, and everything you stand for. But yeah, we gonna go with more conspiracy theory concerning the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. Here's another opinion. It's supposed to be Joe Rogan, but it could be AI. So, you know, this is for entertainment purposes only, educational purposes only. I don't know if Joe Rogan really said that. This is possibly, you know, they fucking with the AI now, so who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Rigged the Mike Tyson fight. It was bad enough that the rules extremely favored Jake, but now the contract is going to incentivize Mike to lose and give Jake an opportunity to choose himself as a winner. The first stipulation in the contract will punish Tyson for knocking out Jake because he's getting paid on a sliding scale per round. This means that if you were to knock Jake out in the first round, Tyson would be given.
That's all of it, or you got more?
I don't know why that was
rigged the Mike Tyson
fight.
fight. It was bad enough that the rules extremely favored Jake, but now the contract is going to incentivize Mike to lose and give Jake an opportunity to choose himself as a winner. The first stipulation in the contract will punish Tyson for knocking out Jake because he's getting paid on a sliding scale per round. This means that if you were to knock Jake out in the first round, Tyson would be given.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. But it also said that he's gonna get the full guaranteed money as long as he lasted the whole 8 rounds with Jake Paul. And they also said that could have been AI. So like that's one thing I was gonna bring up on the show too. Like I don't know. Like the contract hasn't came out. Did he really have the opportunity of choosing the judges, and at the end of the fight, if it came down to a split decision, that he was the one who appointed the judges and all that, you know, like it's crazy. Like, 'cause it seemed like Jake Paul.
The whole fight was a little crazy though.
Mm-hmm. It was.
All right, here's another. I'm just gonna call it an AI opinion because number one, I just don't remember who the hell posted it, but I'm just gonna call it an AI opinion because it was an AI voice. Excuse me.
This fight was most definitely rigged. Here's some evidence you might have missed. Tyson was doing fantastic at the beginning, landing some big shots and knocking Jake around the ring. But that changed when Paul clenched with Tyson. It's alleged he whispered into Tyson's ear to cool me, and the message was confirmed received by Tyson with the affirming tap on the back. After that moment, Tyson became a stick in the mud, standing directly in front of Paul with no more aggressiveness to him. Like here, for instance, Tyson can see the right hand plain as day and makes no attempt to slip. My next reason is Tyson was definitely pulling his punches. Tyson looked as if he was struggling to hold back and not throw punches at Paul. Here's a perfect example. Tyson deflects the shot off his shoulder, comes up in perfect position to land a counter right hand, but does nothing. Very uncharacteristic. And my final reason is, Tyson biting his glove. The reason he was doing this was to remind himself not to throw punches and let Jake control the pace. Was this fight a fake? Let me know in the comments. This fight was...
I mean,
it sound feasible. Is all I'm saying. That's what the show is about. It's a theory. It sounds feasible. That's what it's about.
I mean, there's so much, again, so much avenues that we could walk down, so many alleyways behind them avenues, you know what I mean? Jake Paul, Tyson is friends, you know what I mean? Tyson is friends with Jake Paul Pops. How much of a beating Tyson would have did to this dude. The aggressiveness was there the first 3 rounds, and then after that clinch, I don't know when that clinch occurred, you know what I mean? But you did see a difference in Tyson.
Yeah,
You know,
because Tyson looks weird.
you know what I mean? And again, the pull of the arm, the right hook, the uncharacteristic move, just like the video that you just put up there of him not countering with his signature, right hook. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't Tyson after the first three rounds. You know what I mean? And it was sad to see.
Yeah.
It was definitely sad to see.
Now here you go. Because the first two, this seems like it's the first 2 or 3 rounds, and it's about what the last video is. Basically, it explains the last video, sort of.
Tyson requested the 2-minute round, wanting to see more action. He just went in the overhand right, testing the beard of Paula. Paula hit him too, so they arbitrate first.
Paul's using that ring tool to panic. Make it more Tyson.
You know what I mean? Like, hold up, Mike. You turning back into the fucking 1995. We don't need that, Mike. Hold on now. I'm trying to get 40. You trying to get a dub. Come on now. Chill out. Stop showing me you a real boxer. Look like a street brawler, bro. I'm going to tap you on the back. You're my bad, son. I got you.
And again, I just think the integrity of the sports world, and not only boxing, but just sports in general, integrity of the sport.
Oh, of course, especially football.
Is definitely like out the window, especially with the sports.
It's being tampered with. It's been tampered with.
Mm-hmm. It was being tampered.
That's why you got dudes like us that don't like sports and don't like sports anymore. Don't like watching these fucking games. It seems like the only one that's not tampered with, but they keep putting stupid ass rules in it, is baseball.
Mm-hmm. But I think baseball has its times too. You know what I mean? Where the numbers is tweaked with. You know what I mean? I'm a math guy. I'm a math and number guy. You know what I mean? I think numbers always signify something inside the world, or it comes across you for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I also, I'm a probability guy, so I know that if we're going to talk about dice, for instance, if we rolling dice, the chances of certain numbers coming out is a lot easier than say a 4 or a 10. You know what I mean? When you roll 2 dices. So I mean, so your betting odds is 6 and 8, and then if you haven't rolled a 12 in 50 rolls, within the next 5 more rolls, you may be rolling a 12. You know what I mean? So it just the odds are probability, and I just think that with these bettings, with these people, sports betting people intertwining or have ownerships with organizations within these sports things, then I just think it just messes up the integrity of the sports.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Because it's a small example. It was a dude that screamed at LeBron James, "Get another rebound," to help his parlay. And Braun actually got that rebound and then pointed at dude in the stands that screamed it to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, how the fuck do I know this? If they didn't make some sort of a deal out of it, whether it's a big deal or not, they made some sort of deal because Tony Jack knows.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I seen that shit. I'm nobody. But we got another opinion from ex-British boxer Tony Jeffries. I respect him because I follow his channel. He seems, well, whether he's a good fighter or not, he seems like a good coach. It's Tony Jeffries.
See, Mike Tyson could have knocked him out there. Jake Paul's chin was wide open, but then Mike Tyson realised, just as he was about to throw that punch, that, oh no, I'm getting paid lots of money, I can't knock him out. So ridiculous, mate. This video has been sent to me so many times, it's went viral. People saying that Mike Tyson could have knocked him out. See, it was a scam, it was a scripted. But if you know boxing, you'll know exactly what's happened right here. Mike started to throw the punch as Jake Paul was moving, and he realised in that split second that if I throw this punch, it's going to miss because he's moving out of the way. So what did he do? Decided not to throw the punch. It's as simple as that, my friend.
See, that's the first time I disagree with Tony Jeffries, because when you sit there and you because that what he did more than feint a punch. Feinting a punch is one thing. He was throwing a punch and then like dropped it. That gets your ass knocked out.
Yep.
Now, Tony, I respect you. I actually watch your videos and listen to the things that the little tips and advice you give to boxers, and I respect you. But in this case, brother, you are so wrong, brother. You are wrong. I think you're wrong. And you're the professional. I'm nothing. I'm just a guy who knows sports. But I think in that case, you are wrong. Nobody, you ever threw a punch, Doc, in a fight and then decided, nah, I don't want to punch him in the face?
No, I never threw a punch.
Nah, right? You threw that shit, didn't you? Pause. You threw that fucking punch. I ain't never sat there and was like,
if you do something like that, you may hold back and not throw the powerful punch that you wanted to throw, because now you have second thoughts on throwing that punch. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a little bit lighter, but you're not gonna not throw that punch at all. You know what I mean? And so you're gonna leave your, like you said, you're gonna leave yourself open for a counter punch from that person. And even if he was, fading away, which he wasn't, he was just tilting back some. But like, fighting, it goes too fast for you to be, unless you're a trained boxer and things of that nature. I mean, you going as time goes during the time of the fight. And
I agree. See, I agree with what Teddy Atlas has said when I played it last week. Like Mike could have definitely got rid of Jake Paul within the first 3 or 4 rounds, and I really believe that. Because, I mean, come on now, like, for real. Now, if Tyson would have fought really hard, like he did the first 2 rounds, and he didn't get that little clinch, and hey, come on now, bro, you're not supposed to knock me out. But that's what it seems like to me. Like Mike really just held up and just made sure he lasted 8 rounds so he could get his full $20 million. That's why he has a video. I wish I'd have took that one. He's like, there's a video where it's like kind of a win and a loss, because he lost the fight, but he gained $20 million. And it's like, here's Teddy Atlas' opinion.
Tyson could knock him out in the first round. I'll follow up on what I said initially. I think that if it's legit, and that's the whole thing, I don't know if it is, but if it is, and they're both going out there trying to win, I think the early part of the fight, there's a chance that Tyson knocks him out. So I'll put it this way, for the people out there that want to risk a peanut or two. If you like Tyson, take him early. Take the under. This way, either way, you got the under. Because if he's going to win, it's going to be early. As far as Tyson, I said it already. Do what you do. Come in there, let your defense create offense. Make them miss, make them pay. And do what you used to do. Throw punches with bad intentions. And get the guy out of there.
Follow for more.
Exactly. And Tyson had plenty of bro, when you rewatched it, I don't know if you rewatched it, Doc.
Yeah.
But bro, you had to rewatch it. When you rewatch it, you see a lot of missed opportunities. You're gonna sit here and tell me I don't care how old he is. I don't care. He sat there, he trained, his body is conditioned. He's a little different. He don't smoke cigarettes, he smokes weed and takes shrooms. So it's not like he's sitting there destroying his body, when he's not in the ring. And we just seen him 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years is a long time, but is it really? How long of a time is it? It's not from 56 to 60 or from 60 to
I,
64. It's from being 54 to being 58.
there was another
Yes.
conspiracy theory out there that they gave him some juice. You know what I mean? They gave him some type of drink that slowed him down. But then again, like that didn't make no sense because in the first 2-3 rounds he came out as the Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Then he just
Exactly.
slowed down and just went different.
Down.
But I kind of think,
Man,
in
he
my
turned into
opinion, this is just me. When I first seen him with his ass out, paused, you know what I mean, inside the locker room, I just thought that was like, yo, what was that? You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't know.
why show that?
Huh?
That's locker room shit, honestly, but why show that?
But even that's locker room shit. Like I never seen that from another boxer before, and not even Mike Tyson from when he was young. So I was like, it threw me off. Like, yo, this shit about to be a strange fight. You know what I mean? And I said it to myself. Maybe I should have said it out loud. But I said, yo, this is about to be some weird shit right here because why he got his ass crack out? Like, why are you showing his ass? You know what I mean? That is odd to me. Even if it was locker room thing, I never seen it. I seen tons of boxing. You probably seen more boxing than I have, but so I never seen that coming from a boxer before, and especially being a Showtime, a highlight fight that it was. That it just threw me off, especially coming from Tyson. Somebody from Brooklyn, maybe that was somebody from Brooklyn. I'm like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, we don't do those.
I think Tyson, yo, I ain't gonna front. I give you that one because, of course, I probably wouldn't do that. You probably wouldn't do that either. But I think Tyson is beyond giving a fuck.
Yeah, but
As
that's just like you didn't do that when you was young, when you was fucking Iron Mike.
He
When
might have.
you
He might have. It's a different era. It's the information era. It's the recording era. It's a different era. Back then, he probably kept reporters out his locker room. You gotta think about that too. Because I don't remember the
Don
only time I
King,
remember seeing Mike in the locker
Don
room, he
King didn't let no Don King
Yeah.
didn't let
That's when he had the power.
no cameras outside in that thing. Don King wanted to show everything, but I'm saying it just was odd for me coming from Tyson, especially.
Yeah, I didn't want to see his ass neither, but
And the second
I think
thing,
that's probably something all he did. It's just the information era now.
yeah, well, no, I was saying, yeah, I'm just saying that it just was off. You know what I mean? And it just was like
Oh no, I agree. I
it
agree.
wasn't. In my opinion, was like you can't be serious. And then the second thing that was very odd to me, that Tyson came out by himself coming down to the ring.
Yeah, it's different now. He ain't coming with Don King.
Well, you don't have to come with a trainer, come with a come, but it just was odd. He came down looking like he was an amateur type of thing. You know what I mean? It just came like he was just coming
I
from
don't
the
think
hood.
he did.
He was just coming from
I don't
around
think.
from Brownsville. And,
Remember
especially
the interview he had with the little girl?
yeah, especially and then when he had that brace around his fucking leg. It just was
Now the
crazy.
brace, I didn't like the brace, but I still think he could have finished his fight within 3 rounds, the first 4 rounds. And I don't think he cares about any of this shit anymore, bro. Like if you ever watch his show, you ever watch him talk about boxing, you ever watch him, just listen to him speak. He doesn't care anymore, bro. It's like whatever.
But you put yourself in that mindset. You signed this contract. You trained. You almost died, or you almost had a medical situation couple months prior. Like it's just certain. I think preparation, certain presentation. Even if you don't care, even don't you don't want to use the money. You know what I mean? Like come down with a trainer. No, you walk down. Someone that keep you inside your focus. You know what I mean? Even though you're supposed to be focused already, but still someone to maintain you as far as keep you on track and being your ear. Let's go, Mike. Watch your step, Mike. You know, he just came down like he was a nomad.
Listen, bro, you got $20 million. You're Mike Tyson. Do you really? No, my fault. You're offered $20 million to potentially, allegedly throw a fight as Mike Tyson. You throw this fight. Do you really want to have your trainers and your people that sat there
Now,
and
if you don't,
trained you for
no.
real?
I'm saying if you
Nah,
don't.
you don't want them. You don't want to see that. Because if I'm the boxer, if I'm Mike Tyson, and I know this shit is rigged, why would I let these people? Why would I have you and my boys coming down this lane with me? You know, hyping me up, whatever. Boom. You know, why am I doing that? And I know this shit is fixed for me to lose.
I'm just
I know
saying.
it's fixed for me to lose.
If you know it's fixed, then we agree. Then how you came out is how you came out. Show your ass, show your ass. You know what I mean? You gonna do whatever the fuck you
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do.
fixed.
But if you coming out,
KDH was good, bro.
then that right there just was odd. All of that just was a throw off, and a lot of people lost money that night.
Oh, a lot of people definitely did. KDH once again, salute, bro. I appreciate you for coming through.
What up, Toxic? Yeah, a lot of people lost money, but wanting to see the old Tyson. And the old Tyson didn't show.
No, we did. We definitely wanted to see the old Tyson. I think he did show. I think he was just held in a cage, and you had to deal with Michael Tyson. He's just lucky he had to deal with Michael Tyson because Mike Tyson would have knocked that man out. I mean, you could. I mean, I'm not gonna take. No, I got you, but I'm gonna give Jake Paul credit. Yeah, if it's if he had the confidence the way he might be able to do something. But the way he's doing it, I don't like it. Because the actual real boxer he fought put the one in his loss column.
I'm not giving Jake Paul no credit because, like I said during the fight,
He says a businessman.
but it took off his head, especially if this was a fight, real fight. Even though you step in that ring, you're a different beast. You know what I mean? But I also heard something on Instagram today or yesterday that another fighter, I don't know if the guy fought him or not. I don't know who it was, to be honest with you. But he mentioned that he got offered the same contract, but he didn't sign an NDA. But he was like, there were stipulations inside the contract that Jake Paul had to win. If he knocked Jake Paul out, that such and such, and just a long list of things he was mentioning. And I just think that like Jake Paul, he is who he is. He came up how he came up. I don't knock it. I respect that right there. You know what I mean? And I respect that, he got a following that he has that, I mean, I don't hope to have on my channel like that, but if I happen to get a whole bunch of subscribers that like the talk that I'm talking and things that I'm presenting, then yeah, but I'm not going to change myself and try to fit in nowhere and everywhere because my audience want me to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person. I never will be, never have been.
No, I get that. No, I ain't, stepping outside my motherfucking comfort zone neither. Not for no fucking money. But shit. For 20 million and I'm Mike Tyson, I probably would have sat there like the stipulation. I gotta throw this in there, man. This shit is not being a sanctioned fight. No. We're not throwing this on my record for me to go 50-7. But the way Mike Tyson talks, the way he's been talking, the way he talked to the child who interviewed him, man, he sounded like a gladiator, bro. We're nothing but fucking dust. Like at the end of the day, we're nothing dust. It's nothing. And I agree with that shit. I always have. But I think Mike Tyson's beyond giving a shit about what people think about him.
Which is true, because when you get a certain age, you don't care about. I mean, not saying you don't care about anything, but your certain energy and your certain focus is not on certain things. It's all about bettering the next generation and making secure.
That's what exactly what you said. Is what he did.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't knock it every which bit, but how it was sold upon the people and how it was presented to the people, it just was off. You know what I mean? But again,
You know what that is, though? That's a
again,
part of you being a fan like me.
I'm about to say again, like again, if you got to play that part, you got to play that part. $20 million, $20 million. He ain't have to get down on his knees and do anything to violate his man, disrespect his manhood. And taking this loss wasn't disrespecting his manhood, so that's why he took it. $20 million. I salute Mike Tyson either way. You know what I mean? So
And you got to because even when his kids are looking like when they say you lost, his kids are all over the internet. They sit there and they see like, and they probably ask their dad, "Why didn't you win?" He's like, "You want to be a part of $20 million? That's why I didn't win because I wanted you to be a part of $20 million instead of $5 million,
mm-hmm.
instead of $3 million. So they paid me as if I was fighting Evander Holyfield or
Mm-hmm.
Riddick Bowe or whoever the fuck. They
Yeah.
gave me all this money
Yeah.
and I'm giving it to y'all.
Yep. Yep. I ain't mad at him. You know what I
Before
mean?
we get out of here.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you know what I mean?
I get it. He could have dropped that chunk. I'm gonna use boxing terminology. He could have dropped that chunk.
Facts. And
Here's the last video
and,
before we get
and
out of
it
here,
was,
guys. You know what
it
I'm
was
saying?
crazy on who they had hosting the Netflix Cedric Entertainer, the
Who, King
boxing.
Joffrey?
Yeah, yeah, it just was. He was just, to me, he was a little tipsy. He was just did it for the comic part. You know what I mean?
He was there for the money too. That shit was
Mhm.
a. He probably signed to Netflix, and this was a obligation. Who the fuck knows? But shout out to King Joffrey, whatever. But before we get out of here, I want to get to this last video because I don't like to edit and do videos for no fucking reason.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was rigged. Look at how Mike was fighting against Roy Jones at 54 years old, and take a look at this counter. Roy goes in with a jab, and Mike slips to the outside and immediately counters him with a left hook. Now compare this with the Jake fight. Mike would go to all the trouble of closing the distance on Jake but wouldn't counter. Jake throws a big right hook and Mike slips under it. Jake is completely open and out of position while Jake is in range, but Mike doesn't counter. Instead, he just throws his hands and waits till Jake covers up and backs out of range. Again here, Jake feints a jab, then goes for a left hook that he abandons since Mike slips, but Jake's guard is open and Mike loaded up his left hand, but he doesn't throw it instead. He just stands up. Was the fight rigged?
Yeah, more you
Come on, B.
more you show these videos, the more I'll be like, yeah, bro, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
See, because we sat here and we spoke on why Mike possibly did that or allegedly did that. Because hey, fuck it. Why get 5 million? Why knock this nigga out for 5 when I could go the distance for 20?
It's just crazy, bro.
I mean, I'm 58. What do I really have to gain if I knock Jake Paul out? Yeah, I'll be the one that they say, yeah, finally somebody shut this dude the fuck up. But I mean, at the end of the day, for 5 million, I mean, well, if he knock him out in the first round, I take 5 million worth to me. To me, just because if I'm Mike Tyson, 5 million worth it. But Mike Tyson got a couple kids or a few kids. I don't know how many he got. So I know that fight alone, they already was probably straight off of what he doing now, but now they really straight. And he don't owe nobody nothing. You know what I mean? So that's even more incentive to do what the fuck he got to do. He don't owe taxes. He don't owe this person. He don't owe that person. And if he did, shit, he's still good. Now he can throw fucking after taxes. What he gonna get, like 12 million? Shit, that sound like 3 million per kid or 4 million per kid, depending on how many he got. Y'all niggas good. But shit, before we get out of here, man, you got any last words for the folks?
Hell no. We need to protest sports. Nah.
Yeah, it needs to be some.
Great show. You already know, as usual. Shout out to Moves. Shout out to the chat. This was a good fight between the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Said it right. Serrano.
No, Serrano.
Yeah, Serrano. She just got jipped. It's going to be a part 3 to this. And I just think Tyson, got $20 million for him and his family. him and his kids,
Baby.
and that's what's up. I ain't mad at that. But I mean,
Yeah.
he was out there wanting to get entertained by the old Tyson. Too bad we didn't see it. Too bad we saw little flashes of it. But it is what it is. He's 58. We're not going to see no more person. We're not going to see another person like Tyson. Maybe not in my lifetime, but hopefully somebody come back bigger and better, or bigger and stronger. Pause. But yeah, that's it. You there?
Yeah. I'm right here. I'm right here, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a part three. Katie Taylor, you ain't win shit. I mean, you did on paper, you did on your record, but you ain't really win shit. And I know when you sleep at night, you know you didn't really win. You know that shit deep down when you look in the fucking mirror. You know you didn't beat that woman. That woman beat your ass. And Serrano, whenever you want to make it, medio moreno, medio boricua, you give me a call. I'm easy to find. Um, Tyson, I dig what you did. I see what you did. 60 million people saw what you did. And if half of them had a brain and they rewatched the fight, they really saw what you did. The internet saw what you did. The internet is undefeated. You're still a man, bro. And Jake Paul should be thankful you ain't knock his fucking block off. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I appreciate you, Doc, for coming through. Shout out to Moves. Appreciate you, Brose. Pray for him. He's in Iraq right now, and he's in Iraq doing his thing. He's in the Middle East. Wherever I said he was the first time, that's where the fuck he at. And he moving around.
He did for real?
No.
You got me double back.
Now it's a news station, bro. It's a news station. He's not here. I gotta have an excuse. I don't want to say he got called in for work.
He getting that overtime. Say that shit. Fuck that shit. He getting ready for January after January 17th. He's waiting for that time. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm sure if you a reporter and you in the Middle East, you getting more than overtime, my man. You definitely get more than overtime. But shit, shout out to Moves, man. Shout out to Yellow Tape.
Right.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Shout out to Tony Jack. Shout out to Tyson. Shout out to Amanda Serrano. I'm gonna shout out Jake Paul because he's a fucking savvy businessman and he knows how to play around in that ring. He really knows how to get people to keep to the script and not get his ass whooped because I'm sure he'd be like fucking 1-11 instead of 11-1. But hey, fuck it, you got it. Throw me a couple dollars, Jake. I'll probably speak way better of you. I'll do that shit for a half an M. But everybody have a good night, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully TOJ is not busy. Hopefully Yellow Tape can come out, but Yellow Tape might be in Afghanistan tomorrow reporting. Who knows? You know what I mean? So y'all have a good night, man. We the fuck up out of here, yo.
Talks like his shit don't stink, but he's cool with people. I knew he's fine. She's Uncle Jackie better. Jackie was alright. Uncle Jackie was excellent. Fucking guineas. Uncle Jackie. Uncle Jackie. Line, everybody get in line. Listen the fuck up. It's going down. Pay attention. Alright? Niggas a little bit, bitches a little bit, the fight's a little bit, the fight's a little bit.
Silence, remain quiet. Don't cry, thug. Yo, I think it's time we take a fucking time out to hear what Harlem got to say. What, niggas? Harlem on the vibes. You don't want no problem with us, guys.
Middle of the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Arms so hard, gotta stack that can't stop my vibe. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, gotta stack that cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't nothing time. Turn it up, let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere, it's our time to show.
Practice. I can show you practice. I can show you how to put $1 million in a mattress. I can show the difference between an icon and a classic. Baby in the major should be rolling in a basket. I'm advanced, and it's a lot of dance. From anywhere, my jewelry jump like John Moran. And Kif Tower shorts got me tanning with the babes. You would be a surfer if you ever had this wave. I just switch up my cabana, they throw shade. Matter top 5, the top wives know I'm the fave. And throw them out the loop, I be mute, playing cute, nothing to say to you. Cause when I'm back home, I'm like Kyrie, I won't play with you. This is magic with the fur. Tim Duncan on the spur. Tanya Harton on the skate. This that Kobe number 8. This the kick over the head in the hand of Sue Bird. This boy's superb. All I got is 2 words.
Uncle Jackie, aka Tony Jack, we up out of here. Yellow tape in the fucking building. We on fire. We the ones in charge.
Like, sub,